just interviewed a former student. He worked with us 6 years ago, and he went on at length about how he struggled at the beginning, but once he figured out the process of how to raise his scores, which in his own words says came down to finding a long-term goal and realizing how this work attached to the long-term goal. Then he had motivation. He had a little bit of improvement, and that objective feedback that he was improving, that the hard work was doing something, locked him in. And once he was locked in, he started doing extra work. He really grinded on the problems he didn't know. Next thing you know, this kid moved up from a 17 to a 27 on the ACT, an insane improvement. And what's even crazier about it is he only took that official one time and got that 27. And that was good enough to achieve his goals. So we said, hey, you're done. He could have kept going from there, though. He was so locked in, I have no doubt his score could have kept creeping up higher and higher. Now, what did he say the keys were to get him there? It was having that long-term goal, realizing that the work he was putting in had an objective output. It wasn't just somebody telling him he was doing a good job. He could see it with the scores that he was improving. He took all of this and applied it in college, earned really strong grades, recently was admitted to USC Law School, currently ranked 7th out of more than 200 students in his class. And he attributes all of this to the lessons he learned in Test Prep Gurus. And I thought there was a really salient moment where he told the instructor, I can't do these. I don't know how to do these. And the instructor did not take that at face value as a final answer. He said, if that's the story you're going to tell yourself, then it will be a self-fulfilling prophecy. You could tell yourself a different story, that you can't do it yet, and start taking steps to figure it out. And then that will become a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the student repeated all this back to me as language that changed his life, changed his imagination on what he thought was possible. He never would have even applied to law school because he didn't think he was a good enough student when he started this process. And when he came out of this test prep process, everything was possible. He knew he just needed to set goals, put in the hard work, take the concrete steps to achieve those goals, and it was all on the table. And now the kid is excelling at one of the most competitive law schools in the country. The more work you put into it, the more engagement you have with the process, the more work you put in outside of the lessons, the more serious you take it and get involved, the more rewarding this process will be. But the key to it, it's putting in that hard work. And if you do it, the rewards are immense.